Hey everyone, welcome back. It is time for another wrestling review this week. That's right, another review with me. Once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, everything else in between. All his stuff will be down in the description box below. While you're there, like, comment, share, subscribe. We're at 401 subs, guys. We got one more. So 599 to go, and we will eat 1,000 subs. But today we are reviewing Stardom, Stardom's American Dream.
Yeah, it was very American
And it was very short, under 2 hours.
for a but I feel like if you check the trend of every show that played after now having watched basically all of them
Mhm.
during Mania weekend, they were all like an hour and 56 minutes, like
Yeah.
every single one of them.
Because I think this one was filmed with the GCW. Was it GCW
No,
or the
we
Death
want to
Vegas?
believe that it was filmed with TNA. And we want to believe that Effie's
Death
Gay
Vegas.
Brunch, Joey Janela's Spring Break, and Death whatever were all
Vegas.
filmed in one. Because I
Yeah.
heard there was a JCW show
Yeah, there was.
in that same venue
Hmm.
that had a bunch of huge names like RVD and shit.
Yeah.
And but it was on at like 1 a.m.
So it was all probably booked back to back to back to back in the same. We're
It's
just assuming here.
possible.
We're just assuming here.
But we saw everybody leave after Death Vegas.
Yes. So that might have been the last show. Unless it's different
Unless they
shows.
emptied it out for every show.
Yeah. But the only five matches on this card. So we'll start with the first match on the card. It's the Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi and Sakura against Brittany Brooks and Saki.
It was a match.
Yeah. I mean, Natsupoi didn't really recognize her with the hair. She changed her hair.
Again.
Yeah.
It's like the first time when she went short hair, kind of like
Yeah,
all
when
the
she
way
went to
short. We
bleach
didn't
blonde.
recognize her,
And there's
and then she.
another one on the show later too. I didn't recognize it was her either because she
Okay,
changed her hair.
let's see if we have the same guess. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah.
Um,
But it was your
I
opening match.
this felt like one of those things that they do on New Japan Strong where I don't know necessarily it doesn't need to be on the pre-show, but like at the early part of the
Hmm.
presentation where they show off their like new young person and they're not very good and you're like
Which
I'm
is
kind
Brittany
of wondering
Brooks.
why I'm watching this.
Yeah.
You know, you put three actual wrestlers in the ring with someone who's not very good to try and showcase a not very good person and all it did was make them look not very
Look
good.
really bad. Yeah.
Um
Because Saki is a legend, right? Like it's so is Natsupoi, but like
it just felt a little bit strange, and
off.
I don't. It didn't feel like anyone was giving 100% here. It felt like it was. I'm gonna say this for all of these matches ahead of time. A lot
Hmm.
of it felt like they were just
It was phoned
coming
in.
here to phone it in and get the paycheck.
Yeah. But in the end, Cosmic Angels do get the win on this. With that, our next is a tag match of Maika, Shirakawa, and Hanako against Hazuki and Suzuki and Rina Yamashita again.
It's one of those strange situations that I hate, where we have an event and all you did was slap together a bunch of tag matches to get everybody on the card, and I don't want to
Hmm.
watch that. I was just
Yeah.
talking to somebody about that today, and they were saying that showing me like work rate matches and being like, wow, this is really good. And I'm like, well, if you don't watch WWE, that's what you're going to get all the time. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, I don't like the slap togetherness on the like no storiness of it. And
Like this match right here.
I was like,
This
that's
was
fair.
just
I'm
to
like,
throw
whenever you
Mina.
watch special events that are like outside of company normal like playthrough,
Yeah.
that's all it's going to be. So if you watch like New Japan or AEW or Noah
Well,
or
even
even
the next show
TNA,
that's
you're going to
probably going
get
to happen, the All-Star Grand Queendom, that's going to be
a real show.
yeah.
But this is just like, hey, it's an exhibition to slap a bunch of things together, and it's like
It's
I
to
get
get
that,
yeah, it's to get everybody out there, right?
but
To
I
get
would
their
rather
names.
get those matches my
Hmm.
weekday night than matches, and I'd also rather have blow-offs that are proper blow-offs and not a slow.
Sorry, repeat. You kind of cut in and out on there.
I'd rather get that on a weekly basis
Yeah, like
and
on a
just
Raw
have the
kind of thing.
ability to see that match than have to build up for months to have a blow-off that doesn't have that match.
Yeah, good
Because
point.
who cares if you're telling me a story if the blow-off match is like a slow-paced nonsense match?
Yeah, no, very true. But Maika, Shirakawa, and Hanako win this match. Obviously, had to give the win to Shirakawa. But yeah, next is Athena versus Rina. Not for the ROH Championship though, but this was an excellent match.
This was actually really good. I do think Athena's Athena-isms
Hmm.
kind of took over the match and made it hard for Rena to
Really
shine,
showcase. Yeah.
but it was still a very good match.
Yeah.
Like Athena has a very strange way of controlling the entire match all the time, and whatever
Yeah.
match she's in is going to look like a Athena match.
Yeah. As opposed to a Stardom style match.
Yeah.
But Athena does.
Else
Sorry.
or anybody else in the ring with her match.
Right. Athena does get the win here. With that, our next match is Alex Windsor. The only title match on the card is defending the New Japan Women's Championship against Saya Ida.
It was a good match, but like,
Better than Alex
why?
Windsor's last match.
For sure, better than her last couple matches. But why is Saida challenging for this belt?
I
Like,
don't know.
what's the explanation?
There was no explanation to it.
You picked like the most random person on your roster, and we're like, they're gonna challenge for the belt.
Yeah.
Like, they show a
Ida is
huge
good
vid.
though.
I know, but they show you a huge video package in between this match and the next match. I
Yeah,
think
there was
that
like a 40-minute like
that
intermission
shows you
here.
all of the storyline that's happening in Stardom, and
Hmm.
somehow none of those people who were valuable high pieces of the storylines are part of any of the matches, really, or the title
Yeah.
match that we just had.
You had a
Like,
couple. You had a couple in
yeah,
here,
but
but
they're just in the match. They're not
yeah,
like a main piece of what's
a
happening in that
focus. Yeah.
match.
But Alex wins. I mean, this was not as good as the Athena match, but this was still a good match. And I didn't realize how short Saya Ida actually is.
Yeah.
Because
She's
Athena's what, 5'1", 5'2"?
yeah, but I
And
think I'll tell you this, I'm a fan of her now after watching this.
who, Saya Ida?
And yeah, and I think her like physique is
Yeah.
very like she looks cool. Like she just
Yeah.
looks like a badass like little
Something,
tiny
it's
girl.
different. It's not the same, like, especially with Stardom, you get like a lot of these like idol type of characters, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Where she's different. She's like she's got the muscle, she's like built well.
She
I
looks
don't know.
like
A strong woman.
the style of the way the Japanese male wrestlers like to look, where it's not like they're not chiseled, they're blocky. They're like just
Yeah.
big and like
Barrel.
barrel,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But Alex Windsor retains this, and then our main event is Neo Genesis against Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, and Harley Cameron. The one I didn't recognize here was Azumi.
Yeah, I didn't
She
even
changed her
notice it
hair
was
again.
her at first until like they announced the people, okay?
Hmm.
And I didn't even notice it was her until everyone went out to the side of the ring and they had like an above shot, and I was like, "Oh, that's Azumi."
Yeah,
I was like, how did I notice her from that angle of all things? That's the
even
funniest
after they
part.
announced her name.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention probably.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a Harley Cameron match. And Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale are friends again.
I don't think that any storyline pertains to this.
This was just a match being a
Yeah.
match.
And I think they're not friends anymore. They're not like partners.
They don't hate each other anymore.
Because they're in a weird storyline right now in AEW where I just
Hmm.
don't understand what Chris Statlander is doing.
Yeah, and then there's the whole thing with Sheeta now too, right?
Yeah, but like Sheeta's healing it up, but Statlander's not healing it up, and I'm
Yeah.
confused at like what the storyline is.
Well,
Anyways,
this
that doesn't
there
matter.
isn't it. Maybe we'll talk about it in the state, but they're saying it might be that Sheeta's the one that attacked Tony.
Maybe we'll do the state right now. Well, we'll just do the state right
All
after
right.
this. But yeah,
So state coming next week for you guys. But yeah, I mean, this was your typical match. Harley Cameron, of course, takes the pin here, and Neo Genesis get the win.
Mhm.
And you know, they do a little "Thank You, America" kind of thing, and it was fun. It was a fun
It
little
was fine.
show, a little, and it wasn't too long, so it was palatable.
Yeah,
like we said in the other one, do you have to go out of your way to watch this show? Probably not, but
no, I
if you
think the
got some time,
matches are entertaining.
yeah,
I think out of all of like little shows that we watched this weekend, this might be the best one because there's not really any like poor match work in it.
no, all the match quality was good. Yeah,
It's just a really strange like a
yeah,
thrown together event, like
yeah.
in terms of like what
We
you're
also
gonna
did
see.
get Tekla returning.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Tekla came back and beat up
Okada,
Okada, yeah.
Taro Okada, yeah. And he ran away like a little girl. It was funny. But
I wish she beat
yeah.
up Hat Guy
Yeah,
for
well,
stealing Julia and then letting her go.
then letting her go. And now she's floundering in WWE.
I forgot she was there, so let's
Yeah.
just be honest.
What's your score on this one?
I'll give it a 6-9. I wanted to give it a 7, but I just feel like you said it's kind of like you don't even need to see this ever.
Yeah.
if you do watch it, you won't be upset.
No,
But like, you don't
I
need to
gave
see
it the
it.
exact same thing. It's a 6.9 for me. It's like McDonald's. You like eating it, but you don't get satisfied from eating it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you want to eat it, and then you do eat it, and you're like, okay,
Yeah, I'm good now. I
yeah,
don't
I'm
have to
good
eat
for a
it for
month.
another 6 months.
I mean, knowing Stardom, that's literally the case.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
I'm
we are
gonna,
doing another
yeah,
Stardom show soon.
100%. I need to watch a real Stardom show. I
Yeah,
need a
that's
five
coming up.
hour long, like,
That is that's at the end of this month.
okay,
April 26th. There's All-Star Grand Queendom. So we'll do that when you return. Okay.
multiverse.
Yeah. So yeah, 6.9 for you. I gave it a 6.9 as well. I'm right there with you. So with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in next week. Next week, Campo and I will have our State of Wrestling, which we're going to record right now. So stay tuned for that. In the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.